So let's talk about motivation. What if you didn't have to wait for it to just magically show up? Today, we're going to break down a really powerful daily system designed to do exactly that, to help you build your own inner fire deliberately, piece by piece, every single day. I mean, really think about it. How many times do you find yourself just waiting for that spark of inspiration, for a burst of energy, for that perfect mood to finally get started on what you know matters? We've all been there. But what if that whole way of thinking is completely backward?
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get into the core philosophy, the momentum amplifier itself. Then, we're going to get super practical with how to ignite your day, how to harness your focus for that deep, meaningful work, and finally, how to bank your wins so you can close out the day feeling even stronger than when you started.
So, what exactly is the momentum amplifier? Well, at its heart, it's a system built on one pretty radical idea. Motivation isn't some magical force you just find or wait around for. No, it's a resource you actually create. You generate it through deliberate and consistent action. This slide really just lays out the whole mindset shift. On the left side, you're being passive. You're like a thermometer, just reflecting whatever the mood is in the room. But on the right, you become the thermostat. You don't just measure the conditions, you actively set them. You act first, and believe me, the right mood will follow. So, how do we start setting that temperature? Well, it all kicks off with the very first block of the day, igniting your day. And look, this is not some slow, gentle warm up. This is your personal ignition system. The routine begins with four simple, non negotiable tasks. First, make your bed with absolute precision. That's win number one. Then, drink 2 full glasses of water to get your brain hydrated. Next, a 30-second cold shower. That little shock is going to jolt your system awake and build some serious resilience. And finally, you write your morning manifesto. Each one of these is a small promise you keep to yourself. And this right here shows the sheer power of declaration. Writing this down isn't just crossing something off a to-do list. You are literally programming your brain for the day. I am energized. I am focused. I create momentum through action. You're giving your mind its marching orders. And right after you write that manifesto, you anchor it into your body with this 5-minute power pulse. It's a quick physical jolt. And whatever you do, don't skip that last step. Literally force yourself to smile. Your body sends direct feedback to your brain, and that physical act can actually boost your mood. It works. And this is just such a crucial point. We tend to think we need mental energy to get our bodies moving, but this system flips that script entirely. You move the body to generate the mental focus and the drive you need. Your body isn't just a vehicle, it's the engine. Next up, you're going to solidify that energy with a full workout. Now, take a look at this schedule. The exact reps, that's not really the point. The goal here is commitment. It's about showing up and pushing to get one more rep than yesterday or holding that plank for just a few seconds longer. It's about building your mental toughness through physical effort.
And that brings us to the controlled burn challenge. During that last really tough set, you repeat this mantra. You're not just getting through the burn, you're actively reframing what it means. You're teaching your mind that the feeling of strain isn't a signal to quit. It's the exact feeling of you getting stronger. Okay, so you've ignited the fire, you've generated all this incredible physical and mental energy. Now, you have to aim it somewhere. And that brings us to our third section, harnessing your focus.
This is where all that morning energy turns into real, tangible results. A solid block of 2.5 to 3 hours, completely distraction-free, aimed like a laser at your single most important task. This is not about being busy. It's about creating real, measurable progress. And to make sure you're truly building momentum and not just coasting, you're going to use a simple but incredibly powerful challenge during this time. It's called the 1% extra rule. So here's how it works. Right when your brain starts to fade and tells you, all right, that's enough for now, you push back. You just commit to 10 more minutes. It feels like a small thing, but that repeated act of going just a little bit beyond your perceived limit, that's the compound interest of discipline. That's how mastery is built. After that intense work block, you don't just crash and burn. No, you execute a strategic reset to get back in control of your rhythm. Eat a meal consciously, 0 distractions. Get 10 minutes of sunlight. Recenter yourself by writing down a focus line. And then you're going to check in with your energy and actively raise it just by changing your posture and your breathing. And this is exactly why that reset is so critical. These simple physical acts, walking in the sun, standing up straight, breathing deeply, they are not trivial. They are your control levers. By mastering your body state, you gain direct power over your mood, your focus, and your willpower for the rest of the day. And now we come to the final and absolutely crucial phase of the day. You don't just want to stumble across the finish line totally exhausted. You're going to consolidate your progress and set the stage for an even better tomorrow. It's time to bank your wins. The evening sequence is all about reflection and reinforcement. You reflect on your wins in a journal. You release all that physical tension with some stretching. You prep your mind for the next day's priorities. You give your brain some quiet space with a digital detox. And you perform one final, powerful challenge. Okay, let's just be real about this fifth challenge, the mirror test. Standing in front of a mirror and saying your top affirmation out loud with conviction, it's probably going to feel a little awkward at first. But you know what? That discomfort is a signal. It means you are actively pushing against the boundaries of your own self-image. And this quote just brilliantly explains why that discomfort is so valuable. Confidence isn't some personality trait you're born with. It's a skill you build. And just like any other skill, it's forged through deliberate and, yes, sometimes uncomfortable repetition. You are literally practicing becoming the person you intend to be. So to wrap this all up, what are the core principles here? First, you generate your own motivation. You never wait for it. Second, you strengthen your relationship with discomfort and you start to see it as a sign of growth. Third, you build momentum one small deliberate action at a time. And finally, the ultimate goal, end the day with more fire than you started with. If you only remember one sentence from this entire explainer, please make it this one. This is the engine of the whole system. Action is the spark. The feeling of motivation, that's the fire that follows. It's not the other way around. And that brings us to the final and most important question. This isn't just theory, it's a call to action. So looking at everything we just covered, what is the one small action you will commit to taking tomorrow morning to start generating your own inner fire?